Hi peeps, I'm back.
She just let me know, but they show no fish. They say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. They say you found it, but she doesn't.
Okay, so today's video will be about swimming. I know, a random topic, right? But if you know me, it really isn't. Swimming has been a part of my life for a very, very, very long time. It is nothing new, but it's true to who I am and what really made me who I am today. Backstory: ever since I was a child, I've always been a part of some sport. So I remember being a part of karate. I didn't complete all my belts. I think I completed up to orange or purple. I think I was going into purple. I was going to represent Guyana at an event in the States, but that didn't work out, unfortunately. And then I moved on to long distance running. If you're from Berbice, you know Newmarket Street to Kanji Bridge, you know the distance. I would run that entire distance, go over the Kanji Bridge, come back over at 5 a.m. in the morning, just going at it. Loved it. I then moved on to swimming. I've always loved swimming. When my parents would have celebrations or anything next to a pool, they would put floaties on me as a child, and I was like, no, that is not gonna work. But they're like, you better, because you're not taking them off. And I'm like, watch this. And I took them off. When they turned their back, I took them off and I just went in the water. Explored naturally. Didn't know how to swim, didn't know what to do. But a little tiny child was just there with no floaties. Don't ask the holler I collect when they turn their back around to see me. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm going far. Long story short, I just knew that I loved the water. I love how it makes me feel. It makes me feel happy. You know, it's a sense of happiness for me. And so when my mother found out that there is a swimming classes in my area, she was like, do you want to go? And I'm like, say less, ma'am. Say less. I'm in. So we went, and I started off in beginner's class. And if you know about kids swimming, or naturally you have levels. So you have beginners, intermediate, and advanced. Start off in beginners, you start in the shallow side. And I was not digging it. I was just asking my instructors, Miss Jenna, Miss Imogen, Miss Marvy. Those are 3 women that really trained me. I would just continue to please let me go over this rope, because there was a rope dividing the deep to the shallow. And I would just beg, please let me just go. And they're like, no ma'am, you need to learn your techniques over in the shallow before you go over there. I'm like, fine, okay. I did it, went through to intermediate, went to advanced, started training, more laps, more times, and that was my life for a very long time, until my teachers needed help with some classes, and I would come a bit early because I just want to be there. I would help with classes, and so I saw my trainers teach from outside perspective. They weren't training me in these classes. I was just there to assist, and I saw what they did, and I just knew from looking at them what to do and how to help somebody learn how to swim, from a 1-year-old to a person in their 60s. There is rain falling right now, so if you hear a little noise, I'll try to block it out. Anyways, so I just knew what to do naturally. And eventually I was given classes to do. So at this point, I was in high school, and where my swimming classes was right opposite my high school. So I would just come over every day. If you saw me in high school, you knew I had 2 bags, my swimming bag and my book bag. And my book bag was a good amount of weight by itself. So it was just me and my 2 big bags against the world. So I would go over every day. I would, right after school, I'll be there from my school end till 7 in the night, and just swim until like my hand turned like raisins. That was my life for years, and I loved it so much. Went to competitions, went to nationals. I felt like I loved it, you know. But after high school, a lot happened, and then I was thinking, I really hope this rain doesn't affect the audio, but we'll progress nonetheless. I felt after high school like I had nothing to show for the years I put into swimming. I felt, because at meets and stuff, I didn't get really great position. I didn't win races because the competition where the meets were in Georgetown and the aquatic center was much different from the pool that I was training in. The force you're getting back from the water is much different. The competition you're getting there is much different. The environment was just different, and the swimmers at my swim school weren't used to that, and it was a learning process, and I guess I didn't give enough time to really dive into that world. Pun intended. I stayed away from swimming after high school. I kind of blocked it out for 3 years until now, where my past coach, Miss Marvy, now have swimming classes in Georgetown, and she asked me to help, assist with the training, and I was like, okay. So I did it the first day, and when I did that the first day, I then understood what I had to represent my years of so much dedication to swimming, and it was the people that I taught how to swim. I was reminded that that's what I did. I helped people fall in love with swimming. I believe strongly that if you try to beat the water, try to think you can defeat the water, you are sadly mistaken. That will not happen. You need to be relaxed, be friends with the water. I know it sounds weird, but that's my analogy. That's what I understand from swimming for so many years. When you try to beat it, you're like, watch this, and come at you 10 times harder. So I'm glad that I taught people that water is not something you can defeat. It is something that you need to go with, need to be friends with in order to survive. Because I believe swimming is a very integral life skill. It's very important, and I take it very serious when I train. Now, today, once again, the video is about swimming. I'll be going to help my past trainer teach some kids how to swim. I've done this, I think, 4 or 3 times before for my trainer, and all the times I've loved it, yes. However, there's one con that I really don't like, which is the sun. Like as soon as I get into the sun, especially with the swimsuit that I wear, there's a big O at the back. And right now I have a big O ever since the first swim class that I did. And it was months. I still have that sunburn. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna wear a long sleeve hopefully tomorrow, and help some kids learn how to swim for the summer. Okay, it's now Saturday morning. It's around 9:15 ish. I'm waiting for my coach to come and pick me up from home, and then we'll go to the pool and start. So chilling, looking a little oily because I put on sunscreen. I really don't want to be burned today. I really don't. But it was raining, and then now there's sunshine, so I don't know what I'll get, but I'm prepared. Okay, so I'm at the pool. It's very crowded, but it is a hotel, and it is summer, so I'll, I don't want to film and make people uncomfortable. So I'll just film what I can, mostly me, what I'm doing. So I was told that I'll be training mostly beginners, which is a bit of a tougher class because keeping their attention one and them acknowledging you as the authority figure and not to listen is it's a learning process. I'm trying to figure out how kids interact with certain um, personalities. I have faith for the day. It should be interesting. So yeah. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work or not because there's so much music in the background. So I just finished classes. I started at 10. Now it's 2, so about 4 hours in the pool. And I'm a bit tired. I'm very much hungry. I taught about, I want to say almost 15 to 20 kids today. All from different ages, different fears of the water, different struggles. Enjoyed it nonetheless. Had a few eye rolls when it comes to kids. Like some kids don't want to listen, and that comes to the territory. So you just have to take it on the chin and be like, you know what? I remember my days. So yeah, I don't take it personal. As much as I wanted to show you how I taught kids and stuff, I don't think it would have been appropriate for me to show you kids and have their faces in the video. I'll give advice. My advice when you're learning to swim and if you're scared of the water, you need to be comfortable with having water on your face majority of the time. If you coming up and panting for breath and wiping your face every 2 seconds, then it wouldn't be an enjoyable swim. You need to let it be and let it go down your face. Water is fine. Another thing is if you're an adventurous swimmer and you're overconfident and you haven't had any training or any years of experience, don't attempt things that you don't know. Don't be overconfident. Always have someone there just in case. That's the importance of having an extra person and having a trainer. Not to dictate or force you to do something, but to just be someone here for safety. And it's up to you. It's really, you will only learn to swim if you choose to learn to swim. I don't think there's anyone who learned to swim and didn't want to learn or didn't put their mind to it. It's something that you need to put your mind to and just try. And you won't learn and you won't be comfortable until you get uncomfortable. So that is my advice and my 2 cents. Okay, so swimming 101. Get your face wet. Don't be scared. Just do it. There is nothing else you can do to get more comfortable than getting your entire body. If there's more noise than me, then I apologize, but I'm trying my best. Anyways, you really need to get your entire self into the water. Otherwise, there will be no progress. So afterwards, something that I find very helpful is holding your breath for as long as possible. I don't have a good amount of seconds under my belt. I've always been the one in classes that came up first. Another thing that is basics for swimming is floating. Duh. So there are 2 floats, one with your face in the water and the other one with you facing the sky. I'll show you different floats and I'll do those.
The basics of those floats is to keep your chin not tucked down, like till you look down, but just enough that you're level with the rest of your body. And the next thing is you keep your hands out like an airplane. That's the best analogy we use for kids. Just remember that your arms need to be like a plane and your feet need to be straight like a soldier. Like when they're marching, they keep their feet very straight, but not tense. Because when you tense up, that's where you start to sink. You need to be relaxed, but just keep formation. Oh my god, what's happening to my hair? But those are the basics for starting to swim. Is being comfortable being underneath the water, blowing bubbles, and floating. So if you start those things, then you're on your way to really learning how to swim. And that's my 2 cents. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. There's not a lot I can do. There are a lot of people here and people are looking at me crazy. But I don't know them, they don't know me. What's gonna happen? Anyways, so I'm gonna get out, maybe order food. I don't know yet. I'm quite hungry, but should I wait till I go home? I don't know. Gotta go. Hi peeps, it's very much next day and I forgot to film an outro to my video. But here I am. I don't know what this video is about. I really don't know. I guess it's just my passion for swimming and what I love to do. And yeah, just me enjoying it. But I just want to end this video by saying that I take being in charge of kids, especially when, you know, I'm training them or anything to do with that, I take it very seriously because I know that if anything goes wrong, there is a worst case scenario where something bad can happen. And something bad did happen, not to me or to my kids, but another child that was at the swimming, I guess, outing, swimming class. It's not the one I'm a part of, but another situation. I'll put the article somewhere. I don't want to call names or anything, but you can read the article for yourself and see what happened. It's important when you're in charge of a group of kids, you ensure their safety. And if you didn't know this, Guyana has one of the highest drowning rates in the world. Google it. It is fact. And majority of the drownings are kids between the ages of, I believe, 5 and 11, somewhere around that time. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why? Because of the lack of supervision. Nobody is really taking this serious. And I take this very serious. If you're in charge of a group of kids when they are around a body of water, you need to ensure their safety. Some kids are overconfident. Some kids just happen to make a mistake and you need to be there when they do. Because you just never know. You just never know. Kids don't listen sometimes. And they can get upset with you when you put down your foot and you're like, don't do that. And that's what happened yesterday when I was like putting my foot down. I'm like, you know, you're not gonna do that. Like, you're gonna go on that wall, you're gonna go on the deck, you're gonna sit on the deck until you try to behave good, because I can't trust you in this water if you don't listen to me. They rolled their eyes, they were upset, and I didn't take it personal, but I know that I do not to ensure their safety, not because I want them to like me or because of whatever. They need to be safe under my care. If I have them, they need to be safe. And I wish that organizations or anybody who's trying to do a good thing, don't overdo it. Don't ever overdo it. Like, okay, we need as much kids as possible, or we need to ensure that we need to like be extravagant with our events. No, you don't need to be extravagant with your events. You need to be cautious. Bad things can happen. Quality over quantity. Any day, anytime. Ensure their safety. When it comes to swimming, when it comes to anything else, ensure their safety. Because it's up to us to take responsibility. Yes, kids can make mistakes, and sometimes you're not there to like pick up the pieces. Things happen, yes. But if you're in charge of them, there is accountability that needs to be taken. You need to tell the truth. You need to ensure that what happened there never ever happens again. So yeah, takeaway from this video, that we need to ensure kids' safety. When you have kids under your care, you take care of them. No excuses, no other thing. If something happens, we take accountability and we learn from it. That's it. That's all. So until next time, one love.